This is better.
Yes. So batch 10 is
Wow. And so is better.
better.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Wow.
Welcome to Whiskey and SV. I'm your host Sam, and tonight we're going to be drinking some EHT barrel proof bourbons. And we are joined by my esteemed guest, Joe.
Great to be here.
Thanks for coming over, Joe.
Thank you.
Cool. So I believe you have batch 9, which is supposed to be one of the better or best batches of EH Taylor battle proofs.
I just got this yesterday, and all the research I've done is that this is one of the best E.H. Taylor barrel proofs. So I'm really excited about it.
Awesome. Great. And I have batch 10, which I've heard is a good batch. And I have tried this at a bar in San Francisco before, and I compared it to batch 12. And I think we all, 3 or 4 of us tried it. We all preferred batch 10 to batch 12.
Wow.
But I think you were telling me that you had a different experience.
Yeah, I tried both recently in the last couple of weeks, and I preferred the 12 over the 10.
Okay.
I tend to like it a little bit proofier and spicier.
Right.
And the 10 was a little more mellow, I thought, but really looking forward to comparing the 9 versus the 10.
So we were looking at these little tubes before, and you said there's something here that we did not notice before. It says, "Let the label tell the truth." I thought that might be related to the bottle in bond thing, but it's not, right? So
yeah,
what's the deal with this?
No idea, but there's a bunch of funny sayings on here, like there's a hand pointing, is not accidental, is fundamental. So there's just like some plenty of weird stuff on these tubes, but
that's kind of funny. We should like do an episode just like kind of trying to pick this
Taylor
apart.
tubes and see what's going on.
Yeah. All right, cool. So these are all going to be fresh cracks.
Yeah,
I have been keeping this for a special occasion, and the special occasion is that I'm drunk with a good friend. And,
awesome.
We're going to do it. So
we'll leave these guys over here.
Cool.
And that I think the difference in proof is 130.3 for batch 9. And what is the batch 10? What does it say on
this
there?
One is 127.3.
And there's some conspiracy theorists. There's a new E.H. Taylor barrel proof out as of like this past week. Mm-hmm. And it's the same proof as batch 10, which is 127.3.
Yes. So some of our good friends were fortunate enough this morning to acquire this. So we're going to be hitting them up and asking them for samples soon.
We might have to do a batch 10 versus batch 13
right.
at some point.
But, yeah, for sure.
All right, are we going to open these babies up?
Cool, let's do it.
It has
there is a little tab here, right?
Yeah,
so great. Cool.
Oh, not too bad.
All right. I like to insert my fingernails under this.
Oh, you're better than me. Do you still have your box cutter over there? Oh, man, here, you do it.
All right.
I have no fingernails.
There awesome. We go.
Double crack.
Cool. So we have double cracked EH Taylor barrel proofs. Let's do, I guess, batch 9 in the first one, and
batch 9 here.
Batch 10 in the second one. Okay.
You're gonna blind?
Yes, we're definitely blinding. Number 3 goes on the batch 9.
Batch
9. Or 1 goes on batch 1.
On that one.
And number 4 and 2 go on batch 10.
And we have no
idea. I'm excited about this, because this is the first E.H. Taylor barrel proof that I have opened.
Really? Ever?
Yeah, ever, yeah.
Wow.
These are not easy to get, and yes. I think even though the MSRP is 100, secondary is well over 300, right?
Yeah.
300 plus.
For the older ones, yes. I think
more.
You can get batch 12, which was the current batch as of this week, for like 300, 290 right now.
290?
But yeah.
Okay.
It's secondary is coming down a little bit. So.
That's good. I think it's nice to... I think the more they skew MSRP towards Secondary,
Yes,
the more it will kill secondary
I
because
I
it's just not worth people's time to.
I hope that is the case.
Yeah,
So, all right, you want to start with the one on the right?
let's do it.
Okay,
Cheers.
cheers.
Hmm.
This is E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof is one of my favorite pours.
Oh wow, even more than Stag.
It's in the ballpark with Stag for sure. It sort of depends what mood I'm in, but the 12 for sure was one of my favorites, and
Mm-hmm.
this has the same characteristic, nose right up
Mm-hmm.
front.
So it's very clearly the Buffalo Trace Mash Bill One side type product. I I I I think I usually get more of a cherry cola note out of Stags that I'm
Yes,
not getting as much here.
a little more
Uh,
ethanol and out of the E.H. Taylors, in my
mhm.
opinion.
Yeah, they do seem like maybe they're more aged though. Like it feels I'm getting more of like the oak influence in there. I
Yes, I
think.
would agree with that for sure. So less cola, less cherry, a little more oak than the Stags in
Mm-hmm.
general. But same mash bill, and I'm
Mm,
I'm definitely on Team Mash Bill 1 versus Team Mash Bill 2. Like
I see.
the Blantons and the Rock Hill Farms and all those guys. I without even knowing it, I seem to like not like those and like these guys over here. So I'm Team Mash Bill 1 for sure.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So the difference between Mash Bill One and Mash Bill Two, I think, is not even that significant.
No.
I think Mash Bill One is supposed to be more sweet because it's like 90 something% corn.
Yes.
But even Mash Bill Two is maybe the difference in the rye is only 5 or 6%, right?
It's not
Yeah,
huge, but it is
but it does
noticeable.
noticeable.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
definitely noticeable.
Cool. All right,
Should
let's
we nose
yep,
too?
those two. I prefer nose two easily.
Hmm.
I feel nose one was
A little
a
proofy.
little bit too proofy. It came across as yeah, a little bit too proofy. But I get like that rick house funk in both of them, which I really like. That's like summer. You're in a rick house and you're getting that like crazy oak and
Yes.
uh,
Yeah, I would
but
agree with you. This seems a
it's
little
more.
less proofy
Mm,
and a little more toned down, but complex. Like
yeah,
that's what I'm getting from the second one, whatever that one is.
yeah. And the difference in proof in reality is only 3 proofs, right? Which is one and a
Yeah.
half percent. So I don't think like that the actual alcohol percentage is making a difference here. It's just a different profile. So
Yes.
this could
Whew.
very well be the higher proof one that is coming across as lower proof,
Yeah.
and I think that's usually something that you look for, right? If you have something that's very high proof, but it comes across as lower proof, that's like a sign of quality, right?
Yes.
So
This is definitely hot. Whatever this first glass is,
yeah,
hotter than the second glass.
yeah,
And
yeah.
these are both fresh cracks,
These
so
are all fresh cracks, yeah. So
we need to be careful
you
with
gotta,
both of
yeah,
those.
yeah. Okay, so should we go ahead and try the first one?
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ah, that
That's
is
good.
nice. Yeah. Oak, caramel.
It's
Oh,
like the perfect profile for a bourbon, right? Like just whatever you think in your mind is like, what is a perfect bourbon? Buffalo Trace Nashville One for me is like the gold standard.
there's a reason why
They're
the
so popular.
Wellers and the Buffalo Trace and the E.H. Taylors, like why they're so difficult to find.
Yeah,
They're very good,
they're very
and
good for sure.
this is an excellent classic bourbon profile. Like the caramel, the just the nose was a little proofy, but less so on the palate. I don't know if you're
Yes,
finding that.
I found the same.
Very
Yeah.
smooth.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
This is why this is one of my favorites. But it is relative to the Stags, which is another favorite. Less of that cherry cola, like those sorts of notes,
Hmm.
and more of the oak, caramel, maybe burnt brown sugar sort of notes. At least from what I'm picking up so far.
I think when I compare secondary values and availability, I would definitely go for a stag over an AHD as a value buy
Yes.
because these are really difficult to buy. I mean, you can sometimes find stag at MSRP, which
Yeah.
is like $60.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very rare for you to find these at MSRP, right? So
Exactly.
if you
Exactly.
want an AHD or barrel proof, you basically have to spend $300.
Exactly.
Versus a stag, you could very well get lucky at 60 or $70.
it's one of the reasons I've been, kind of filling out the lineup of all the stag numbers,
Yeah,
because it's such a good profile, and uh, bang for the buck if you can get it. But unfortunately, the older ones,
right.
they're like $200 in
Sure.
secondary, so you got to pay up if you want them.
Yeah, but that's like more of a collecting sort of
Yes, yes,
compulsion thing than like I think you can still get as you said like the new batches that came out
yeah,
24 A and 24B, they were very good, right?
yeah, absolutely. And
Have you had a comparison with the older batches and to see if
I haven't done 24s versus some of the older ones, but the 24A in particular was excellent in my opinion. Like
okay?
it might go down as one of the classic.
Oh wow,
Like
okay.
22A is considered a really good stag batch.
Mm-hmm.
I think 24A might be in the running with that guy. 24B a little less so, but uh, what I love about Stag is 23 was considered like a little bit of an off year,
Mm-hmm.
and 24 so far. I assume we're almost done since we're in December,
Right.
and we won't see a 24C.
Yeah.
But the 24A and B were both very good profiles this year.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right, shall we go into number two?
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
I like this more, to be honest.
I agree with you, and I'm trying
Like
to figure out
significantly
why.
more. I just
Is
feel
it the
like
oak?
it's also sweeter. It's like a big syrupy thing that goes down, and um, there's no astringency. There's no ethanol notes. I like it significantly more than the other one. Just trying to see the color.
A little darker, I would say, but I can't tell. It might be the lighting in here because we do have lighting, but
I think they're very similar. I
yeah,
wouldn't really tell the
yeah. From
difference.
this
Yeah.
angle, those look almost the same. Maybe this one a little lighter and verse one versus two, but
Mm-hmm.
this is way more smooth.
Yeah, it is. I have a very significant preference for this one.
Wow.
Yeah, like not like kind of night and day.
Are you going to be wrestling me for batch
I,
nine if that turns out to be the case,
I think so.
or and vice versa, of
Yeah,
course? Oh, just
so good.
much more smooth. I think more well integrated.
Yeah,
This one's a little hot and proofy
it
and
has a little bit
ethanol.
of like rough edges for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I would agree. Definitely a preference for this guy over this guy, but dying to now know
Okay, so
which is
what
which.
would you guess? Like, because you did say that you think batch 9 was the better one, right?
Well,
Was the best one.
I've never tried nine, but
Sure. So
reputationally,
reputationally.
nine is supposedly one of the best E.H. Taylor barrel proofs ever, and 10 was considered not as good. And in my experience, 10 versus 12, strong preference for 12. So if I had to guess, this is 9 and this is 10,
Mm-hmm.
but we
All
might be
right.
surprised.
All
Like,
right.
who knows, right?
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm really, really excited. Okay, so let's go. What is it?
Okay. Oh,
3. Okay. So this is batch 9.
this is batch 9.
Yes. So batch 9 is better.
Wow. And so 10 is better.
10 is better.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Wow. So the opposite of what I was thinking. So I might need to switch these out when we leave here today. But
dude, I told you, like, we did a comparison between batch 10 and batch 12, and we all universally thought that batch 10 was the best.
wow.
So I'm just curious, how did you hear? What was your intel on the batch 9 being the best? Like, what did you
Just looking online
reviews
because
and stuff?
I saw one was available
Mm-hmm.
and I had never tried it, and I decided to pursue it because the hard part about some of these older whiskeys is like the more time goes on, the less they're available,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I grabbed it, and I don't regret grabbing it because like now that I've done this, I'm kind of thinking I need a 9, a 10, at 11. I haven't
11
really.
I've heard is the worst, and I tried it actually, and I thought it was definitely like mediocre compared to 11.
So I think I need a 9, a 10, and a 12, and
Mhm.
maybe now a 13,
Mhm.
which if the conspiracy theories are correct, might be more like
Maybe
batch
better than
10.
10, yeah.
Who knows, right? It's same proof. So this is why we blind, right?
Right.
Like I think we both had a preference for the 10
Very significant for me for sure.
over the 9, right? And
Yeah.
the 9 was proofier. Maybe
Having
Maybe
said that, it is a fresh crack. I think
yes.
with air, and who knows what this will be like in a few months' time if we try them again. But for sure, on the fresh crack, I think yeah, there's like a clear difference for
I was really hoping my purchase from yesterday was going to be validated, and I'm a little worried that
me.
maybe I shouldn't have done that. But this is these are both
They're both bangers, man. I think that you can't go wrong with either one of these. I think they're both really great. Cool. Well,
yeah, the
I'm gonna
10
cheers you
with a 10.
with a 10.
Yeah, and you have the 10, so you're in good shape. I'm glad you finally got to crack this one open. So
Thank you
now you know this is a great batch.
for sure. And yeah, big shout out to our friend Niraj for hooking me up with this. Appreciate you, Niraj. Thank you.
All right.
Cool. Well, please join us again next time when we'll do more fun episodes. Hope you enjoyed this one, and yeah, enjoy your whiskey responsibly.
Cheers.
Cheers.